For a minute. How dare you? You have to respect us the same way you want respect. You have to give respect. God is a good God. All the time. Every day. We have no choice. Commissioner, I want to work with you. But I want them to go home the same way you do every day, brother. That's all I want. That's all I want. I don't want that phone call. I don't want the phone call of an officer that had her jaw broken by an inmate. 2 days ago, some psycho went nuts in California. Killed 14 innocent people. They were gunned down with law enforcement. Had that been New York, and they caught those two individuals, they'd have sent them to Rikers Island. We would have had to deal with those same two individuals that had no remorse for life. And my brother and sister officer would have been at jeopardy. All I need to know is that we're going to work together and we're going to make sure that if you slash an officer, if you stab an officer, if you break the jaw of an officer, you don't get a pass on that one. You don't get a pass on that. They got to be punished for it. I'm not talking about physically. I'm not talking about beat them down. No. No. Don't beat them. Put them in CPSU. Let him lock in 23 hours a day because obviously he doesn't feel that he needs to be in general population because he doesn't know how to act. There are inmates that are assaulted every day by inmates. What do I do with that inmate that's raising havoc on these other inmates? 97% of the inmates in the jail system come there and they do not give us a problem. It's that 3%. That 3% that belong to this gang or that gang, and they're just going ballistics. They're coming at us with everything that they have. And some of the managers say, we can't do nothing about it. Oh, that's not the answer. Well, then what you get paid the big bucks for if you don't have an answer for me? You better find an answer because we can't do that. You see, when we came here and took this job, we didn't take this job to get beat up. If you was on the corner of 111th Street and 3rd Avenue right now and somebody came up and doused you with urine and feces, you gonna smile at them? Oh, no, you're not. But we can't do that, and I get that. But where's the punishment? Where's the consequences? They don't even want to rearrest inmates anymore. I mean, he's trying, I get it. I'm not going to say it's not. But nothing's happening. There's a difference. When Darcel Clark comes into office in January, and we have a new DA, we're going to have a new direction. We're going to support her and help her do whatever it is that needs to be done. But your job, I want you to be safe. Yeah, they say you're the future. They say old correction, new correction. No, it's still correction. I don't care what you call it. It's still corrections. Just because 7 cell moved to 8 cell, that didn't change from old to new. He's still a killer. He's still a rapist. He's still a murderer. I want y'all to be safe. You're supposed to receive vests before you go into the jail next week. If they think I'm gonna sign off and just let them send y'all into jail without your protective equipment, they mistaken. I'm not doing that one. No, I can't live like that. I can't do that. Because if something happens to you, they're not knocking on your parents' door or your husband's door. They're not sitting with you when they have to sit in the first pew. I'm sitting there. Board members are sitting there. Delegates are sitting there. Members are sitting there. And your family's sitting there. You see, this job is very unique. You're out of sight, out of mind. Nobody wants to talk about the good correction officers do every day. Nobody wants to talk about when a correction officer cuts an inmate down and give them mouth to mouth and bring them back to life. No one wants to talk about a correction officer that hears an inmate talking on the phone and the inmate then says to his loved one, I'm going to hang up, I'm going to kill myself, I got to say goodbyes, and you help save his life. No one writes those stories. Tomorrow's headline in one of these papers is going to be, Seabrook said. All Seabrook said is, I want you to be safe. All Seabrook said is, I want you to go home the same way that you came to work. All Seabrook said is, I want you to go home like all of these people on the stage going to get to go home later on. That's how I want you to go home. I don't want you to be cut. I don't want you to be bruised. I don't want you to be assaulted, insulted, or anything else. No, we weren't at the table when they drafted the 14-point plan, and I'm not mad at them. It is what it is. Yes, things are changing. I get that. But reform is on both sides. You can't reform a system one-sided and expect us to go along with it. I can't do that one. Now, I know some of you are saying, but Norm, you know, that's the way it is. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. So we're going to fight to make sure that we're at the table, to make sure that inmates are treated with dignity and respect. But I want the same dignity and respect for my brother and sister officers. That's all I want. And I see the little cluster right there. I get that. I'm good with that little cluster right there. He's sitting just like this, just like you said, Chief. But I'm going to tell you the same thing I told another officer one day. Officer said something to me. Said the chief said, I said, okay. I said, the only thing that the chief of the department can give you is a day off, a post, an award, and a gate 1 pass. He said, what does that mean? I said, the union gives you life insurance, dental, optical, prescription, variable supplement, hard bill, 3/4 bill. We give everything else, but we don't get that respect. Because I don't have stars. My star's up there. And when I get there, he's either going to say one or two things. He's going to say, Norm, you set it off, or Norm, you set it off. God is good. And I know. I got these checks that I'm going to give to these brothers here and sister, brother and sister, because they've completed what is a very daunting task of being in an academy that has never housed this many correction officers before. Was a little bit difficult. But we worked together. And I got, when I said to the commissioner, no, we can't do it, he made it happen. 3 tours, he did it. It's not all bad about the man. I just want us to be safe. But it's not all bad about him. Personally, nice guy. He is. I just want us to be safe. I don't want us being assaulted. And if we can't avoid that assault, then put the inmate in an area in which he does not have the opportunity to assault us again. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for him to be stomped out. I understand the new use of force policy. I understand we have to be trained in it. I understand that the union went and lobbied Albany to get enough money to retrain 700 correction officers on integrity and how to act towards people, what you can and cannot say. He agreed with it. I understand those things. But everyone in here needs to understand, your safety is our top priority. My name is Norman Seabrook, and I'm a New York City correction officer. God bless you.